And we'd like to welcome everybody to the championship game of the 15th annual Preston Thorne Memorial Tournament here at Pine Ridge in Pickering. My name is Ryan Greco, that's going to be taking care of your play-by-play, joined by Nick Zeffi on the color commentary. Nick, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing excellent. Basketball all weekend, just the way we like it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we have quite the game ahead of us right now. Back and forth pace, 5:26 to go here in the first quarter. Pine Ridge enjoying a 5-2 lead off of a couple of quick buckets and some very, very staunch defense on the fast break.
Definitely. Right now you're looking at Pine Ridge, the OFSA gold medalists. They won it, trying to defend that provincial championship. And on the other end, you've got the bronze medalists, Cathedral. They've kind of had a resurgence in their program. They hadn't made it to OFSA, I believe Coach was telling me, for about 10 years. Last year they broke the curse, and this year they're looking to get into the top 25 ranking. So you're looking at a bubble team in a Cathedral and then the 11th ranked team in Pine Ridge.
Absolutely. Pine Ridge, of course, first week of the power rankings released by North Pole Hoops. We have them ranked number 11th after a very impressive showing at the Pinky Lewis tournament, coming away with the gold medal there, beating a number of high-level high schools and prep academies for that matter. Also, we have, as you were saying, Nick, Cathedral looking to be a bit of a resurgence here, and you can definitely make the case for them to be in the top 25 power rankings should they come away with a win here. Nonetheless, in Pine Ridge, too, in front of a hostile crowd.
Definitely. You know, Pine Ridge, they've been kind of doing their thing all tournament long. I don't want to say coasting because they've had some tough games, but they're a very gritty team. And Cathedral, you know, right out of Hamilton, you're not going to it's going to be a hard one from them as well.
A foul there. That goes to number 23, Darnell Petty, the 12th grader, standing at 6'3", trying to get himself on a North Pole Hoops mixtape there, going up strong to the basket.
Darnell Petty has had a great showing all tournament long. Had a huge dunk against Crescent. Look out on the North Pole Hoops IG for that. He's been very impressive, especially with his shooting stroke all weekend.
You'd say, Nick, you've had an opportunity to see both of these teams play quite a few times over the past couple of seasons. What do you think is going to be some of the keys here for Cathedral to make sure this is a close game going into the second quarter? As you can see, Pine Ridge starting to break out a little.
Cathedral can't turn the ball over, especially in the half court. And if they do, they got to be dead ball turnovers. Also, their offensive rebounding has to be on point, as they need multiple attempts to kind of stymie this Pine Ridge attack. On the flip side, you know Pine Ridge is going to run. They're going to shoot threes, and they're going to get to the rim. Their offensive rebounding is one of the highest, but they just come at you in waves as well, so watch out for their subs because there isn't a lot of drop-off from their 5th, 4th, 3rd option to their 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Absolutely, and while we're at it there for Cathedral, a very nice finish under the basket for number 10, Jaden Grange, showing off his strength with about 4 red shirts. And we'd like to welcome everybody back here, 15th annual Preston Thorne Memorial Tournament Championship game. Apologize for the technical difficulties there as we get right back to the action as Pine Ridge, after forcing a timeout from Cathedral, have now opened up this lead 15-7. My name is Ryan Greco on the play-by-play, joined by Nick Zeffi on color.
Now looking at Cathedral, they've got to go inside here, try to get some easy looks. Everything's been a 3 or off the offensive rebound. Couple layups will definitely help them. Pine Ridge is not budging defensively.
It was a good effort there. Second chance effort up and in. No call on the foul there, though. Up again one more time. Another almost looked like a hack, but they're not going to call it. That was number 10, Keontae Collins.
You got to watch out for Petty in the open court.
Now here comes Cathedral, getting the rebound. Working around the perimeter once again. Shot goes up. No good. Still getting the rebounds, though. Cathedral giving themselves extra chances.
On the long shot opportunities, long rebounds are coming. That's how you're seeing Cathedral get so many offensive rebounds.
Work in the middle. Nice pass there. Doesn't give up the dribble. Looks around. That giveaway there, though. And here comes Shaquille Price. Up and in. Count it for 2. 38 seconds remaining in Pine Ridge with the 10-point lead, up 17-7.
Shaq so good with getting his hand in the passing lane. Usually always finishes on the fast break.
There's a nice finish there. Give that one to number 6, Eden Achuti, finishing at the rim there for Cathedral.
Eden's a guy we saw at CNIT. He's electric in the open court. He could also shoot the 3 ball.
You know, if you're Cathedral, still have to be relatively happy with, you know, going into Pine Ridge's gym here, keeping it within single digits as time winds down. Shot goes up. No good, off the rim, and that's going to be your first quarter here in the championship game. Pine Ridge with a comfortable 17-9 lead, but as I said before, if you're Cathedral, you can't be too upset with coming into Pine Ridge's building and walking out after the first quarter still only back by single digits.
They've missed some gimmies, you know, underneath. They've gotten to the offensive rebound almost at will. You know, they've got to take care of the ball a bit more. If you're Pine Ridge right now, everything's kind of going for you on all cylinders. So, you know, Pine Ridge has to continue to crack down on the defensive end, getting those defensive rebounds, while Cathedral, they've got to make their easy shots.
Now, seeing as we have just a couple minutes here, Nick, why don't we talk to the viewers about how both of these teams got to this position here in this championship game of this tournament. Let's start off with Cathedral and some of the matchups they had to go through so far.
Definitely. Cathedral came in, and it was their first game of the season at this tournament. So you could imagine that first game was a grinder. Coaches weren't too happy with the way they played, but nonetheless, they were able to get a win over a very testy Jay Clark team. In the second round, they were able to beat out St. Mary's and then eventually making it here to the finals. On the flip side, Pine Ridge absolutely wiped the floor with Kennedy. They weren't ready for it. Pine Ridge was. And then in their other matchup, they beat a very, very disciplined Crescent team by about 20. It was a really good game for Crescent, and Pine Ridge had the lead all game. They weren't in, you know, they had control of the game. So that's how we're here at the championships as Shaq almost gets another steal.
And here comes on the inside. Shot goes up. A little kiss off the glass there. Give that one to number 30, Malcolm Maganda, for Cathedral High.
Malcolm is a guy that's utility. He'll do everything for you. Rebound, go inside, hit a jumper. Here he is on the fast break.
Sticking with it, too. Takes the pressure, but eventually gives it away after the double team. Price on the fast break, up and in, but stuffed by the rim. And here comes Cathedral one more time. Gives it back, and here's Price. Price looking for an option. He gets it. And the constant attacking of Pine Ridge paying off, but no shot there, and Cathedral survives that fast break.
If you're Cathedral, you can't have that turnover in your front court with 4 guys coming up. That was 2 points for them on the other end.
This is Achuti, and now deep 3, knock it down, number 24. Give that one to Josh Coward, the grade 11, showing off the range there.
Josh Coward is an absolute flamethrower. When he's hot, he is on. Watch out for him. He could shoot it from as far as the NBA three-point line, no problem.
Oh, he just proved it right there, shooting from about the volleyball line.
That's an attack. That's what we call an attack spike in volleyball.
Here's Price. Well said, Nick. Working it over. Borden goes up. No call on the foul, goes hard, and it's going to be Cathedral ball, rewarded for that tough defense in the paint.
Definitely hands up, taking away the space, making sure to chest bump their guys. Now you got to see Cathedral do it on the offensive end.
Here's the inbound. Bringing it up is Maganda. Maganda looking for an option. Getting it over to Collins. Shot goes up. Off the glass again, number 6, Achuti. The 11th graders are getting it done right now for Cathedral.
And if you're Pine Ridge, you got to keep your head up. I see a couple players, you know, shrugging their shoulders as you would on a bank 3. You know, you got to keep that body language high and know that everything comes around.
There's going to be a foul there called on Cathedral, much to the chagrin of the coaching staff and the bench, thinking that, you know, they had a charging call there. But I mean, you know, I feel like it was a pretty accurate call by the referee. You saw some slight shuffling of the feet as Price was attacking the rim, and as a result, Price is going to be rewarded with 2 shots. 6:13 to go here, but the game is tied up at 17. Don't look now, but Cathedral, you know, they're still well into this game.
They're doing it with the equalizer, the ultimate equalizer, the 3-point shot. right? As long as Cathedral can shoot the three at a consistent clip and also offensive rebound, they're going to stick in this with Pine Ridge. Pine Ridge right now has to focus on their defensive rebounding, and they've been sloppy. Let's say it how it is on the offensive end. Petty going up for a dunk, getting blocked by the rim, a couple fancy passes here and there. I feel like they need to just zone in, focus on the easy baskets.
Especially when you consider that this is really a guard-centric team. There really is only one guy on this roster that could really truly call himself a forward, which of course is 6'7" Drazen Durkovic. And everybody else here is pretty much going to be a guard at the next level. They have to be able to take some pride in their perimeter defense if that's going to be the case. And you don't see it right there as the ball goes out of bounds through the fingers of number 1 for Marcus Moore for Pine Ridge, and now Cathedral gets another chance. You
can't have that if you're Pine Ridge. 4 guys around the ball, trickles out of bounds. Now it's Cathedral's ball. Clamp it and let's go. Let's start the fast break there.
So here's the inbound. It's going to be number 24, Josh Coward, that's going to be inbounding it.
Josh is a kid that I've seen around the circuit, and like I said, when he's hot, doesn't matter where he shoots it from, and he's one of the only players that I've seen hit that three-point shot off the bank with consistency.
There's a double screen for the inbound. They get it in. Once again, keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen tuning in, there is no shot clock in this tournament. So both teams have all the time they'll need to set up their offense.
Pine Ridge swarming. Cathedral has to be very conscientious with their ball control here.
Oh, great control there, though. Some good defense by Price, but you have to admire the composure there of Eden Natshudi being able to take the pressure, get by the defender. All he really has to do there is use that left hand, keep the ball in front of his chest as opposed to bringing it back there, which allowed Price to knock it loose.
The good old push dribble always works.
Yep. And here comes Cathedral. Loses it, though. Pine Ridge now on the break. Here's Price looking for an option. He's going to slow it down a little bit, though. Now he's turning on the Jets, up and in. Can't finish. Just misses at the rim. Here comes Coward again. He's going to bring it up.
Another miss at the rim for Pine Ridge. They've got to clean it up.
And speaking of cleaning it up, right as you said it, Nick, Cathedral now looking to seem to lull themselves a little bit now as both teams struggling offensively. Haven't seen a bucket from either squad in about a minute now of gameplay.
If I'm Cathedral, I'm not okay with turnovers, but if you're going to have a turnover, that's the one you want, the dead ball turnover. Live ball turnovers against Pine Ridge will kill you.
Well said, well said. And here's Pine Ridge bringing it up. Now holding on to the ball, number 5, Miles Hall, 5'11" senior.
And Miles has been on fire from 3 all tournament long as he gets it over to Marcus Moore, who misses.
Here's Coward with another rebound.
Cathedral's on the run. Let's see what they get here.
Shot goes up. No good. Just a little strong that time. Here comes Ridge on the back way. Attack to the basket. Nice little move there. And count the and one. Number 24. Give that one to Demisho Borton as the 6'2" senior getting it done in the paint.
I remember seeing Demisho as a grade 8 in the just around the circuit, and it's great to see how far his game has come. One of the most athletic players on the court.
Makes good on the free throw too. Nice little form there at the line. Something you love to see at this age. You know, really at this point, there really is no excuse for for hitches and shots and things of that nature. When you're playing at this level, you got to be able to have the correct form, and it's good to see that coming from him.
Cathedral here is going to look to get something easy. They haven't got it in a while. Like you referred to, Ryan, they haven't scored in about 2 minutes here.
Here's Coward. That's a tough shot there. Not a whole lot going on with the rest of the team. Just a 2-man game. Doesn't result into much. Whereas Pine Ridge throwing it around. Nice look down low. Up and in. Can't get it. But credit to Cathedral. They're making it just uncomfortable enough for Pine Ridge not to get those easy baskets regardless of the penetration on the pass.
Definitely. But Ryan, you got to finish the layups. You got to finish those inside. No excuse for that from Barry as he went up there. He needs to go up with more aggression, maybe use the backboard as well.
And there's going to be a timeout here with 4 minutes to go. 21-17, Pine Ridge holding on to the lead. And, I mean, what have you taken away so far from this one, Nick? It's been quite the track meet.
Yep, definitely. They've been running like wildfire for Pine Ridge. I mean, inside, they've had to have missed at least 5 layups at this point. For Cathedral, it's been long threes. They've been lucky with a few, but you know, it's on the other end, they've got to get inside. They've got to start getting some easy baskets. And for Pine Ridge, you almost get the feeling like when they start making these easy baskets, they'll be able to pull away. So for Cathedral, you know, it's more of how do we get inside? How do we get these easy looks? For Pine Ridge, it's, guys, let's finish. Let's finish inside.
Well said, well said. As we look here, just be advised, of course, everyone keep in mind, we will be at the Humber Classic tomorrow for the championship game, our live feed there. It's a tournament of, or excuse me, a weekend of championship games that we have here on our live feed. Have a number of great prep programs that are going to be going at each other tomorrow night. But tonight we have the championship game here between two of the top public schools in the entire province. As we're getting ourselves right back to the action now.
Watch out for Pine. Yep, watch out for Pine Ridge's 1-3-1 here. They're looking to create some havoc in the half court.
Oh, not a bad idea. Coward's going to shoot it. No good. Another rebound for Cathedral. It's a tough rotating shot, but don't look now. And there we go. And that's going to be out of bounds. And the coaching staff not liking it, feeling like their player got mauled in the corner there, but the referee says play on.
Miles took a hit there, but that was in the pass that strolled out of bounds. It was the second one from Barry.
Here's Coward bringing it up again. Cathedral. You can see Pine Ridge just not quick enough on the attack there on the double teams. They've set up the defense, but as soon as that guy is getting the ball in the corner, they're not closing in quick enough.
Definitely. And Taylor Thomas right now, he's had a couple attempts at the rim. You want to see him just explode, use the glass, finish those for Cathedral. They need the easy buckets.
Here's Achuti again. Air ball wide left. Price. Going to spot up for three.
And if
Gets the kind roll. Count that for Shaquille Price.
And if that's not Shaq Price, I mean, one end he forces you into a terrible shot. On the other one, he consistently finishes. I love his game, plays both sides of the ball.
And there's going to be a giveaway, and it's going to be Pine Ridge ball. Much to the chagrin, you could see the coaching staff there on Cathedral not liking what they see, as they had a wide open Malcolm Maganda on the other end of the floor, but nobody saw him.
Right now, Pine Ridge is like bees to honey. They're swarming the ball, and Cathedral's just coughing it up.
Here we go, working around the perimeter again. Drive to the basket, kicks it out, Price for three. And they're starting to feel it. 27-17 with 2:41 to go here in the half. Pine Ridge starting to build themselves a lead.
Back-to-back triples, Shaq Price, the motor of this team. Cathedral's got to stop giving up those corner threes. Pine Ridge is making a living with them.
And there's another turnover. And the live ball turnovers continue as number 24. Demisho Borden.
He's got some ups. He's got some ups, Ryan. He can get up there. He tried to go for the Sports Center top 10 there.
He was going for definitely play of the month if finished that one. Who said public schools don't have athletes?
Oh, that's a fib. You know, when you get into the top 4, top 6 OFSA schools in obviously the province of Ontario, you got ballers, man.
You do.
At every level.
Absolutely. As Collins gets fouled on that one, it's going to be another. You have to imagine at some point all of these off-ball fouls from Pine Ridge is going to end up maybe biting them, but they're sitting with a lead now. Here's Coward on the inbound.
Look at Shaq. Look how engaged he is. Moving his feet, arms out, sitting in his stance. Great defensive player.
Yep, Achuti though. Up to the task, taking on Price, and that's what you got to have. If you're going up against one of the very best in the province, forget public, forget prep, one of the best players in the province, period, guarding you. You have to be fearless in that sense. You got to make him earn it on the defensive end. Otherwise, he's going to be fresh on the offensive end. Definitely,
and I think Shaq just got caught with his hand in the cookie jar there. He was reaching a bit, but I loved his movement. I loved how he was sitting in his stance. And here's Cathedral here will get it back.
Achuti now. Works the crossover, gets it over. Shot goes up. Just a miss there. Here's Price now, once again, on the fast break, up and in, and a big alley-oop from Shaq Price over to Demisho Borden. What a finish.
I think Borden's trying to wake the country up. A couple big-time plays from him.
Here's Achuti, gets by the defender, tries the floater, doesn't get it, a little strong, but great defense there, but can't hold on to it, and there's finally going to be a foul called on number 11, Taylor Thomas from Cathedral. Pine Ridge ball.
If you're Achuti there, he missed a very wide open Josh Coward in the corner. You beat your guys. You can't be looking at that. You can't be looking at your initial defender at this point. You got to be looking at where the help's coming from.
Absolutely, and I mean, at the end of the day, we're going to chalk that up to adrenaline. I mean, once the other team puts down a big play like that, you want to have a response. And there's a nice little attempt there for Coward. He knocks it loose.
Great poke there by Coward.
Yep.
Forced Shaq into the left-hand side, knowing that Shaq wasn't going to push that. He goes around, pops it out. Unfortunately, goes right back to Pine Ridge.
Keep up with Pine Ridge. That was DQ Barry with the finish at the rim there with the right hand. And now working it around. And there's going to be a foul as Trevor Morris got knocked out of bounds by number 2 on Pine Ridge, Nathaniel Joseph Parker. Here's the inbound. Coward's going to take the inbound. 1:10 remaining, 31-17 Pine Ridge building up a lead here. They are on a 14-0 run now. Here comes Cathedral. Tries to go up one more time. They're going to call that a jump ball. They're lucky they didn't get it called to travel.
Pine Ridge going to get the ball here. Cathedral's getting into the seams. Pine Ridge is swarming. They've got to look for their shooters. You got guys in the corners, guys at the 45. Move the ball once you get into the lane or drop it off to a dive.
Here we go. Bringing it up is number 2, Nathaniel Joseph Parker. He's going to get it over to Hall. Hall now. Keep in mind, once again, there is no shot clock, so Pine Ridge could hold on to this possession for the entire rest of the half if they wanted to.
Shaq time.
And Nick calls it as Pine Ridge starting to blow this game open a little bit on a 17-0 run.
And you got to love Shaq's strut at the end, man. That guy's got some swag.
Absolutely. You can see, I had a chance to see him for the first time live at the Father Henry Carr Early Bird Invitational last week. A close game against Central Tech, but he was electric there, and he's electric here today as well. Nice spin move there. Surrounded by red shirts. Doesn't give up on the play, though. Excellent finish by number 10, Keontae Collins.
Collins has gotten in consistently here in the paint. He's had some really, really tough rollouts there. He gets it to go.
Here's Hall. Working it around. 13 seconds. Gonna move it around. 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5. Tosses it up, misses. And then one last chance here for Cathedral. At the buzzer, no good. And to end this second quarter and first half, Pine Ridge goes on a 17-2 run to possibly blow this game open. Cathedral, they got their work cut out for them going into this third.
Definitely, and on that last play, you would have liked to seen Cathedral take it in for a layup. I mean, they go for the 3. However, right now we're going into the half, 34-19, Pine Ridge with the lead.
And with that, we're going to take a quick break.
Yet again, a 10-point advantage restored for Team Blue. Oh! It's Judy Charges throwing it down!
Welcome to the NPH live broadcasting experience. Allow our team of video technicians to capture your event in high definition. Streaming directly on all NPH media platforms. Up-to-the-minute live game coverage featuring professional commentators and analysts.
Tip in! No good! 2 seconds to go! Oh!
Commercial spots available to promote and market your brand, event, or product. Enjoy the ultimate way to catch the game when you can't.
That man from Quebec can fly!
Exposure starts here.
Yet again, a 10-point advantage.
We've traveled across the country and back. 7 years running. Canada's basketball talent blossoms right before our eyes. From coast to coast. It's our job to bring it to the light. No gimmicks, just hard work on the hardwood. Who will step up to the plate this summer? Who will make their game undeniable and challenge every man in front of him? Game will speak.
I'm Michaela Roche. I played for 4 years at the University of Minnesota for the Golden Gophers in the Big Ten Conference. I coached for 3 years at Kansas State University with the Wildcats. I just completed playing professionally in Greece, and I am the National Women's Basketball Scout for North Pole Hoops.
Low post right. This is Roche. Quick square around move.
Every day, waking up, I need to find a way to make girls basketball better. And so that's my job, to be able to help you as a player, as a student athlete, as a young woman, and just to be able to really understand the ins and outs of what it takes to be successful both in basketball, but also in life.
Third angle left. Underneath Roche. Quick move to the left. Left hand banks it in for two.
I've lived and I've done a lot of what some of these young girls seek to do. You know, being a coach, being a team captain when I played, I want to guide them. I want to give them advice and help provide opportunity through the scouting report and the showcases and the exposures. Just be able to build a relationship and get to know them and help them just really be the best young women and basketball players that they can be. I will be evaluating talent and scouting across Canada, just evaluating players' strengths, weaknesses, area for improvement, and also making a prediction and recommendations in terms of where they can take their career and what directions they could be looking at. The opportunities are endless. If girls basketball players in Canada want to excel and want to make a career out of basketball, they have every single opportunity to. It's just a matter of putting the work in, putting the consistency in, putting the discipline in. So to have this project on my lap after everything that I've lived and that I've kind of been through with basketball, the timing is perfect. And again, the potential and the room for growth and the room for opportunity with girls basketball and with North Pole Hoops girls basketball, the potential is untapped.
NPH events. There's an opportunity to get involved at the ground level. NPH hosts elite level high school tournaments to national club team championships throughout the course of the season. Now is your chance to get involved with the fastest growing sport in Canada with the industry leaders and influencers. Get in the game today and join NPH in growing basketball in this country. NPH events. NPH Scouting Service. The NPH Scouting Service is another platform for exposure with a network of over 300 coaches and scouts from some of the most recognizable brands and programs. Our scouts are constantly evaluating talent to ensure accuracy and credibility. NPH.
Ladies and gentlemen, your national champion, Canada Top Flight Academy.
Canada Top Flight Academy have went back to back.
It's been such a phenomenal season. The fan base has been tremendous across Canada.
We're telling our guys, listen, man, you got to be ready to play and compete because these guys want it.
I don't want to say bad blood, but competitive spirit is going to be front and center here today.
We work hard, we play for each other, and then when we come here for venues like this, we go to war.
Oh, Elijah Fisher!
Everyone's trying to prove themselves. Everyone's trying to show that they're better than other people.
Go forward. You're going to be a beast at the next level.
No. Either kill or be killed, on the court, you have to be competitive. You have to have a dog in you, or if not, you're not going to succeed or you're not going to do well in the sport.
This is not a game. Don't waste your time. This is not for everybody, so you got to make a decision by the end of today if this is really what you want. Okay? I'm a 5'8" Arab kid
comes from a low-income family. My family was on welfare when we came up. Nobody expected us to have North Pole Hoops in the position that we're in. But everyone that said no saw how hard we grinded and just beat down walls. So now, if you're not going to waste your time, your parents' time, your coaches, don't waste mine either.
We'd like to welcome everybody back here on YouTube land. It is the 15th annual Preston Thorne Memorial Tournament here at Pine Ridge in Pickering, Ontario. My name is Ryan Greco, taking care of your play-by-play, joined by Nick Zeffi. And Nick, well, what a finish to that first half we saw as Pine Ridge taking full control of this game with a 17-2 run to end it on that first half.
It was Shaq time. He came clutch here. He comes with a tip on the steal. He's had his fingerprints all over this game. On the other end, Cathedral just hasn't been able to finish inside. Let's see if that changes for them.
And there's a foul under the basket as Pine Ridge now going to the line, gaining the first, having no problem penetrating to the basket in the first couple of seconds of this half. And I feel, looking at this score now and just, this was the number one thing that you were warning them about, Nick, just allowing Pine Ridge to get out and running, and combine that with a lot of near misses and a lot of easy misses and forcing up bad three-pointers from Cathedral. They were starting to really feel the pressure in that second quarter, wouldn't you say?
Definitely. I think Cathedral needs to close out the paint. They need to defensive rebound, and they can't turn the ball over, which they've been doing, and a lot of it has to do with this on-ball defender here, Shaq Price, but the entire Pine Ridge team is grooving right now.
Absolutely. It really just seems like Ochuti is really the only person that has been able to handle that one-on-one pressure Price has had. But my goodness, what a defensive effort on that one. Feet constantly moving, hands always making sure that it's right in front of where the ball handler wants to go. And as a result, the ball gets knocked loose, and it's now going to be a turnover and Pine Ridge ball. And bringing it up now is going to be Miles Hall, and we'll see what he can do.
Cathedral, no corner threes. Pine Ridge, try to get corner threes.
That's going to be a travel. Yep, great defense there. I completely agree with the referee on that one. Keontae Collins just making sure he keeps the body in front. It's not his fault that the defender's trying to reach and go a certain direction. And Hall able to force the turnover there. And let's see if Cathedral can create some offense. Working the perimeter, but there's going to be another travel right back. You can't be happy with that if you're Coach Fortino or Coach Taylor here in Cathedral. They get a defensive stop just to give it back right after.
Back-to-back turnovers from each squad there.
There we go, working the corner. This is Joseph Parker, still working around. Keep in mind, anyone just tuning in, there is no shot clock in this championship game. Both teams have all the time they need. Nice little backdoor cut there, but Price is going to bring it back. Kicks it out. Bad pass there, though. Here's Collins. But Collins gives it right back. And once again, it just seems like Cathedral just can't find their footing in this game after that very impressive first quarter.
Definitely, and if you're Collins there, you want to take it up the middle or at least extend yourself wider on the 2-on-1.
Or even slow down. He looked like he was losing his balance there.
Yeah, he seemed like he's not very comfortable putting that ball on the floor at that speed.
Nice breakdown here. Nice little pull-up jumper. Oh, you got to love that one. It's number 30, Malcolm Maganda, and gives a little shot too, but we'll see if that's going to be the beginning of something here for the Gales.
If you're Malcolm, it was a great shot, but, are you going to consistently hit that over Shaq Price? Not sure.
Oh, nice take there. Number 21, give that one to Zach Powell, the senior 6-foot guard. And another turnover. Here comes Cathedral again. Oh, a couple steps, but the referee says play on.
Is that the new 0 step?
Maybe. There's another oop. Nice finish there. Give another assist to Price, and he nearly gets it there, but he's going to get called. He's claiming all ball. Referee disagrees.
Great 2-foot gather from Barry there. Not a lot of guys that could just come off that and throw it down at his size. He's ranging in the 6'2", 6'3" height.
And it's just amazing, Nick, when you think of this Pine Ridge squad, as we alluded to earlier, really only one player that can really call themselves a true forward when it comes to size. The rest of them here, all guards, 6'2", 6'3", but the way they get up there, the energy that they bring, it's just something to behold, and it's a big reason why they have a few wins over some prep programs under their belt.
Oh, definitely. Their guard play has been phenomenal all season. What's going to take them to that next level is they're undersized, but they can't play that way against the prep schools, as we're seeing Barry find Shaq again in that corner. Pine Ridge has been very good on their on-ball defense, and they've been equally as good on their corner threes.
The defense, the pressure, as you
Watch
see
out.
another one. Up and down. Give that one number 23. Darnell Petty with another throwdown for Pine Ridge.
Petty's done that throughout the entire tournament. He's got a great reach and gets up there as well.
Cathedral gets the open look. Shot goes up. It's no good. Here's the rebound. Price brings it up. Give that rebound to number 2, Nathaniel Joseph Parker. Hall for 3, no good. And it's going to come down Cathedral ball. Give that one to Collins. Another turnover though. Price for 3. Rims out. Cathedral again. Here they come. And that's going to be a foul, tripping over. Going to get called for the tripping there. I believe that's going to be on number 2. Yes, it is, Nathaniel Joseph Parker. And the Pumas holding on to a 20-point lead now with 4:27 to go here in the third.
Cathedral looking for the shot there. They don't get it. It's going to be side out of bounds, baseline out of bounds. And they're going to be looking to put some points here on the board.
Here's Coward. Nice move there by 35. Kicks it over. Schutte. Oh, nice crossover there, but the defense right back at him. Nice find. Shot goes up. No good. And another offensive board, and it's going to be out of bounds. And you have to imagine at this point, if you're Cathedral, I mean, they're getting the looks. It just seems like they're just so exhausted trying to run after the ball on defense that, you know, the legs aren't just necessarily into these shots. You're seeing them hurry up a little bit. Even when they don't have a shot clock, they feel like they feel the pressure. And as a result, we've had, unfortunately, not a very good shooting performance here in the second half.
Definitely. And Schutte there, he gets by his man, and what do you see next? Next defender up. They build the wall. Pine Ridge is building walls against these guards. They've got to find their way over it, under it, or through it.
Hall up and in. Doesn't get it, but right there is number 3 for Pine Ridge, DQ Barry and the Pumas.
Who's putting a body on that guy? He just went up there, no problem. Barry with the left hand almost crammed it. If you're Cathedral, you got to hit him. You can't just let him 2-foot vert into a dunk.
You can see his Coward's going to have the inbound here. You can see that perimeter pressure that we were talking about earlier that Pine Ridge takes so much pride in really taking an effect now. And it's gotten to a point where, you know, the penetration is so early and often now with this Pine Ridge squad that, to your point, nobody has a body because it seems like everyone's expecting the layup to go in, so everyone's caught sleeping.
Definitely. If you're eating Schutte right now, I think he's got to be a little bit more aggressive. Game's kind of getting away as Coward goes with the pump fake, but Schutte can't shy away from these moments.
Yep, Schutte brings it back now. He's going to get guarded up by Barry. Little one-on-one action there. Shot goes deep, knocks it down, and Cathedral getting a much-needed three-pointer there, once again from about the volleyball line, the green stripe.
They like to shoot it deep, and when they make it, it looks great.
Big shot there. Oh, wow, beautiful form there. Number 23, Darnell Petty with the finish.
The Gales are giving up the corner 3, and so far it has been disastrous for them. They really need to run these three-point shooters off the line.
Schutte, no rotation on the ball there. Gets a hard clanker, but once again, you know, if there's one stat Cathedral should hang their hat on right now, it's giving themselves second chances. They're just not finishing.
Definitely, and on those walls that Pine Ridge is building with the ball handler, there's been no dive as Jaden Grange just walks in and finishes the left-handed layup.
Yep, that's the junior there getting it done. Shot goes up, knocks it down. Give that one number 30, Malcolm Magandu, who's had a pretty respectable game so far for Cathedral, getting a nice shot there, but it may seem, you know, it's a big lead. There's going to need quite a few more of those for Cathedral to get back in this one.
Malcolm's got a really nice pull-up jumper. He's shown it on several occasions as Jaden Grange takes the 3 and nails it.
And another shot there. Cathedral now bringing it up.
Grange has been on fire all tournament long. He's really starting to look like a high-level prospect here for Pine Ridge.
Here's a look to the corner. Off the dribble, shot, short, rebound, Pine Ridge on the move now. And here's Barry in the corner. Here comes Hall up and in. Nice finish at the rim there. Excuse me, no, that was Nathaniel Joseph Parker on the finish. And now Cathedral bringing it back. Here's Schutte. Almost dribbling into the double team. Here it comes. Able to get himself by it. And that's going to be an out of bounds. But if you're Achuti, I mean, Nick, you've got to at some point get rid of that. He was cutting to the basket. As soon as that double team comes in, you got to split the defense with that bounce pass, right?
Definitely. You got to hit the guy on the dive going towards the rim and get an easy 2. However, he throws it out, gets Cathedral the possession. It's been pretty tough to watch their offense as it's been Pine Ridge just applying unbelievable amounts of pressure on the ball.
Once again, Achuti, we know he's a great ball handler, but at some point you do have to give it up to your teammates to get something going. And now here comes Cathedral, working around the corner. Into the game for Cathedral, is number 23, Hezi Duman.
And that was a great 3-point shot there. Number 24, Josh Coward. Again, they shoot it from deep. They shoot it pretty consistently. Pine Ridge needs to continue on with their pressure.
Yep, I think Coward's going to be happy as another drive to the basket and the foul. No finish there, but going to the line is going to be Jaden Grange and put that foul on Coward. And I'm sure if you're Coward, you can't be too disappointed at your stat line, but at the end of the day, it's definitely going to be disappointing if they don't come away with a win or at least a respectable showing here in this this final here at Pine Ridge.
Definitely.
This championship game, excuse me.
Definitely, and you look at Grange right here, man. He has grown on me throughout these 2 days. Shoots it at a really high level. See him go through the legs dribble, very shifty, changes speeds, changes levels. He is slowly but surely carving himself into the national player ranking with his showing this year at Pine Ridge.
Well, shooting now. Kicks it out. No good. Wide right on the shot there. And coming down with the rebound into the game is number 32, Drazen Jerkovic. And Jerkovic, he's going to get going right away. No good. Wide right on the air ball. Rebound, Cathedral. Now bringing it up is going to be Collins. Collins loses it yet again. That's his second turnover, but gets it back. Oh, nice no-look feed there to Achuti. Give that assist to number 23, Hezi Duman, having an effect on the game coming in.
And that was one of the, as Grange with the excuse me dribble there. Wow. But that was the first time you saw the Gales really hit the dive guy and get that layup, right? And that's what they haven't been able to do with Pine Ridge, who's swarming to the ball and speeding the Gales up into careless turnovers.
No, well said, well said. And unfortunately, in this situation, I mean, at some point, you have to realize if you're Cathedral that Pine Ridge, they're not going to slow down. They're not going to get tired. You have to match their work ethic. This Pine Ridge is not a team that is where they're at because of their talent. They're there because of their work ethic. This is a team, as we've said before, it's undersized. This is an undersized team. So they know they have to outwork everybody. If you're Cathedral and you're sitting at about the same size up and down the roster, you need to make sure you're working just as hard as Achuti is moving around here. But once again, nowhere to really go. The Pine Ridge all over him. Here's Collins. Collins looking for someone. Inside to Achuti. Layup, up and in, count it.
Nice move there by Achuti. And again, the Gales hit a dive cutter, and Pine Ridge is just looking for the steal and looking to blow this thing open. If you're the Gales, you have to stay disciplined.
Well said. And as we enter the fourth quarter, it has been all Pine Ridge in this from the second and third. Now enjoying a 22-point lead going into this final quarter. We'll be back in just a moment. This is the 15th annual Preston Thorne Memorial Tournament on North Pole Hoops.
Everything that I've got. And if you want it bad enough, I'm telling you, fight for it. Are we all on the same page?
Look around the room, someone you don't know is watching you, and someone's gonna talk about you after this, and you want them to be able to say the right thing, and that'll help send you in the right direction.
Those guys are here from 7 in the morning training because they want it. Let your game talk, right? That's what game speaks means. 2, 3, game speaks. We've seen lives change in a matter of 1 weekend.
I'd like to welcome everybody back here. Fourth quarter action of the 15th annual Preston Thorne Memorial Tournament here in Pine Ridge in Pickering, Ontario. We have ourselves quite the matchup here. Top-ranked school out of Hamilton, Cathedral Gales. They're going up against the Pine Ridge Pumas, who are enjoying a 22-point lead right now. Pine Ridge, number 11 ranked on the North Pole Hoops Power Rankings for Week 1. Looking to maybe up that stock a little bit here with a win at their home tournament. My name's Ryan Greco, taking care of play-by-play, joined by Nick Zeffi on color.
Demisho Brown there finishes explosive guard for the Pumas. I really like what he's brought to the table so far as Eden Oshuti hits the corner three.
Oshuti, very, very impressive game for him here. You know, despite all the pressure, as here comes a quick layup. Oh, nice defensive effort, but still going to count it for Drazen Jerkovic. Here comes Cathedral. Thinks about it, gets it in, and another turnover. Bringing it up now is number 10 Collins with the steal. Now looking over. This is Coward. Nope, excuse me, it isn't. That's going to be Demisho Borden, with the finish, but unfortunately he comes down hard. And that's going to be a tough one. Looks like, oh no, he's just going to tie up the shoelaces there. Just a tweak of the ankle.
Well, that was an impressive second jump on his initial miss. He went up with the left hand and almost threw it back down. Shaq Price is coming back into the game. Hope Demisho's all right.
No, absolutely. I mean, he's been such a factor for this Pine Ridge team, not just today, but as he's going to get the but you can see if he's walking on his own power, a slight limp, but you know, you see that's probably just going to need some ice and a few days rest, and he'll be right back at it.
Definitely, you know, these young guys.
Don't get me started, man. For us, that's 2 weeks on the DL right there.
That's retirement for me, man.
Oh,
I don't know
man.
about you.
Oh, no. I'm not that old.
I don't play with those tendons.
All right, onto the floor, holding onto the ball here is Hezi Duman. I got to love that name, Hezi. And you can see showing off the Hezi there, goes up and in, and he's going to get himself a foul going to the line there. Got to respect that. Smallest guy on the floor, no fear, goes right into it, takes a walk amongst the trees, if you will, to try and get that finish, and he's going to go to the line for 2 now. Got to respect that.
Duman, he's very deceptive with his dribble, gets into the lane there, as you saw. Also shoot the 3. He was one of the main cogs for the Gales last year at OFSA.
And you've got to love, you know, I love guys that, you know, with that solid, thick build, wide shoulders, but then they show off the lateral quickness. Maybe not the fastest guys up and down the floor, but when you see the agility some of these guys have and the balance that they have, especially at that size, and the way that they can attack, it's something to be respected for sure.
I thought Petty should have just thrown that one down. Yeah. That's what I was waiting for.
And that,
as the Pumas
saves it.
Save it.
From this angle, looked like it was backcourt, but they're going to say play on. Jerkovic now for 3. Oh, doesn't get the kind roll, but there will be a foul under the basket, and that's going to be for Darnell Petty going to the line. I believe the foul was either on Duman or Collins. Can't see exactly who it was, but regardless, Petty's going to go to the line.
The thing you love about Pine Ridge is as Jerkovic was taking that 3-point shot, I think the bench wanted it more than he did. They were ready to explode. Such a brotherhood. They all play for each other, and they're just so feisty on defense.
Absolutely. And Jerkovic, though, give him credit. You know, coming in this game, he's been a bit of a factor. Oh, nice work there by Collins. Pulleys himself through, goes up and in the foul, but they're not going to count the basket. They're going to call the foul. It's going to be on 10, which is going to be on Jaden Grange. Coach Carter not enjoying that, feeling like there may have been an offensive foul there.
I mean, it could have gone both ways. It's just funny to see the Gales looking for the and one. Only in the NBA can you take a shot on Friday. It still counts on Sunday.
Well said, well said. So we got ourselves a timeout here. 25-point lead for Pine Ridge. And, you know, it's been a very entertaining game nonetheless. But, I mean, you know, this is something that we kind of called at the beginning of the game, more specifically you, Nick. You were talking about the importance for Cathedral to almost in a way slow down the game and work their offense. And in the early going, it looked like it was going to be a pretty interesting contest. But you could kind of tell that, you know, Cathedral getting a couple of, not lucky shots, but they were getting open looks from low percentage areas. And as a result of that, they kind of started relying on that more than they really should have. Whereas Pine Ridge was really more focusing on their game plan above all else, which was attacking the rim and causing pressure on the perimeter.
In the first half, Pine Ridge must have missed at least 7 close, within 4 feet field goals. That was in the first half. In the second half, they came in and just cleaned that whole thing up. As you mentioned, they went on that 17-2 run, completely took the Gales out of it. This is the Gales' 3rd game all season, okay? Pine Ridge has played, upwards of 15 games now. So for Cathedral, this is going to be a real good measuring stick as to where they stand. And you know it as well as anyone, Ryan. You're not winning a championship in November, right? You got to get ready for that March basketball. So this will be good for Cathedral to take back home to Hamilton and see where they are in terms of the upper echelon in OFSA.
There's a great steal by Duman. Before that, we had a nice, impressive pull-up jumper by Oshuti, who's having a very strong November. And there it is. And, I mean, just look at that. The pressure's there, but Cathedral doing everything they can to hold on to it. And here's Coward now coming up, kick in the corner. Duman thinks about it, gets it over to Collins inside. Collins gets it back out. Coward for 3. Great ball movement by Cathedral there, gets the offensive board. And you have to believe at this point as Duman gets under the basket. Oshuti up at the top of the perimeter. Cathedral dominating these offensive boards in this game. I think that's the one stat they are leading in. And no foul on that one. May have been a little contact, but here comes Pine Ridge up on the end. And nice finish there under the basket. Give that one to number 10, Jaden Grange, the grade 11, 6'3" guard.
Jaden Grange continues his offensive assault on the fast break as well as the half court. He's been absolutely tremendous for the Pumas.
Here's Hezi Duman now at the top, trying to run something here. Not a lot of movement, though, from Cathedral. Here comes the screen, though. Tries to look around. Great switch by Pine Ridge. Oshuti now tries to attack. Almost loses it. Inside to Duman. Duman still at the three-point line, though. Looks around, and there's going to be finally a turnover for Pine Ridge. Here comes Grange again. Up, and good defensive play by Coward. No easy buckets there. Doesn't matter if you're down by 25. This is a Cathedral team with a lot of pride, isn't it, Nick?
Definitely. You gotta love that hustle there by Coward. On the offensive end, though, don't the Gales just look gassed? They look like they're absolutely so tired. They're moving methodically. They're not getting into their offensive sets. The multiple defenders from Pine Ridge are running at them.
Yep.
And you can see Pine Ridge has gone about 9 deep. With the Gales, they've tried to do that as well. But some players have come in and they're just not ready for that pressure yet.
Well said. And I think, going back to what you were saying earlier, this being the Gales' only 3rd game of the season, or 3rd game of any real consequence right now, there's no substitute for game speed. And when you're going up, not just game speed, but you're also going up against a perennial champion in Pine Ridge, as here's Price for 3. Does not knock it down. Spoke a little too soon there. Rims out. 69-42 here. 4:27 to go in this game. And here's Collins. He's going to let it fly. Nice spin on the ball there. You could tell almost as soon as he released it, that perfect spin. Knocks it down. It's a 24-point game, however. And here comes the pressure a little bit for Cathedral. Shot goes up. Rims out. Gets his own rebound. Give that one to number 1, Marcus Moore.
You got to love the second effort there from Marcus Moore, but if you're the Gales, you got to box out. You got to put a body on him there. They absolutely look like they don't have much gas left in that tank.
Here's Collins. Backing down. And unfortunately, it just seems like Collins just never really finding his footing here in the post. And you know what, though? You almost kind of feel like, in a way, that's a bit of an indictment on how the game is just played today. I mean, you got a lot of guys, as soon as they go into the post, it just seems like they don't necessarily know where to go. They're kind of used to spacing out and shooting the 3. So anytime they get down there, I've seen it a lot this year, especially in the high school ranks, of guys just not having that balance and footwork in the post and in the paint. And as a result, it kind of leads to turnovers or just dishes out.
In the development game, a lot of guys go outside in.
Yeah.
Which is...
It's
not the right way to do it. You got to go inside out first.
You have to
dominate in the paint and then take your game to the 3-point line.
Yeah. And to be honest, I feel like, you even look at a Toronto Raptors game, Kyle Lowry, he'll never waste an opportunity if he has a smaller defender on him in the post. And, you know, it's a bit cliche to go back and look at NBA guys because obviously they're as polished as it gets. But, you know, you have to kind of take those kind of cues from those guys. I mean, if Kyle Lowry is not above working on his footwork in the post, none of these guys should be either. And I think that's just one thing that I would like to see a little bit more often in the Canadian high school game.
Definitely. Guys at the highest level are doing it. And I'll relay it back to a player that actually really impressed me as well this week was Sebastian Campbell from Crescent, lefty. He was a guy that was mainly a post player all throughout his grade 8, grade 9 years.
Yeah, we talked about this before the game here. Yep.
Yeah, lefty, and he's looking now to expand his game. Once he gets into that paint, he's got the touch, he's got the feel, he's got the spin on the ball, knows where his body is, has good body control. Now he's extended his game out to the three-point line, and he's very polished. So for young players that are listening and that are on the stream, inside out, not outside in.
Absolutely. And, you know, the final thought on that, it could be the difference between 20 points and 5 assists and 5 turnovers and 30 points and 10 assists and 2 turnovers, having that footwork.
Definitely, definitely. As Marcus Moore comes up with the steal, he's been on an absolute rampage with
nice
the nice
effort
assist there.
Nice finish at the basket there. That's going to be number 3, DQ Barry, who's had himself a game. And now here's Collins again. Fast break on the inside. No good on the layup there. Just off for Taylor Thomas. Here comes Pine Ridge again, bringing it up. Here's Price, but Thomas making good on the miss, still showing the effort, knocks it loose on Price, and now, instead of having that fast break that could result in an easy 2 or an open 3, now they have to reset their offense.
Definitely, and with Cathedral, you got to love the effort. I mean, they're not all there. It's only their third game. Offensively, they've seemed to suffer on a couple things, but the effort's been there.
And speaking of effort, there's Morris running the floor, getting it, finishing with that left hand. Anytime you see a guy able to finish with that left hand, I mean, it's got to be impressive.
Trevor Mighty Mouse Morris, right? He has been an absolute pest this entire tournament. Really like his style. Yep. He plays to his strengths. He's in your jersey all the time.
And you know what? He hasn't really made any mistakes in this game. That's one thing you got to respect. A nice shot there, number 22. Give that one to Bishop Harris, who's seeing his first action of the game, and he makes good on it, making the most of his minutes. I'm sure the coaching staff is going to think about that next time, as here he is now on defense.
Bishop is a guy that played a little bit more in their Cathedral's second game. To be honest, he...
Oh, big throw down there. Miles Hall to number 3. DQ Barry with the throwdown. And that's a bit of an exclamation point on this game with 1:40 to go, 77-50, as Pine Ridge looking to make it an even 30 points at this point.
Taquan Barry, man, 2-foot vert, just throws it down. He's been hungry for that one.
Now we got some substitutions coming in for Pine Ridge is number 25, Seth White. The senior, standing at 6'2". He's going to come in for Shaq Price, who's probably seen his last minutes of this game as he's getting an applause from his bench.
Had a Shaq Price game, you know what I mean? Motor's been absolutely through the roof.
There's a short miss, but Hezzy trying to come down with it, doesn't get it. And now the fast break continues. A great effort there, though, by Trevor Morris.
Mighty Mouse.
Yep, he's fighting for his minutes. He knows that, you know, in so many words, trying to keep that mentality, that dog mentality of this Cathedral Gales team out of Hamilton.
Hamilton, right? They're built tough, and
absolutely
they're going to go hard for the entire 32 minutes here. What I'm really impressed with Pine Ridge is they've kind of cut down on those offensive rebounds that were killing them early from Cathedral. Yep. They've done a way better job busting down the defensive rebounds.
Here comes Duman now, and he's guarded. Goes up. Oh, there's no call on the double. No basket, and they're going to call the foul. As the foul, I believe, is going to be on number 33, Mike Lamourie. And Nick, he's a personal favorite of yours.
Sorry, it does say Mike Lamourie on the roster, but that is actually Max Verpool.
Verpool, nice.
He definitely stole Mike's jersey, but no. Max,
is that why it's so big on him?
Probably, most likely. Max is a grade 9 kid, definitely one of the best shooters in his class, and it's just nice to see him get some run here with the senior team.
Now, tell us a quick story about him, because you were telling me something off the air about how he wound up at Pine Ridge.
Yeah, you know, he was here for an elementary school tournament and absolutely blew the doors off. I think he scored something in the range of 40, 50 points. had the entire senior team jumping up and down, running on the court. It was a great sight to see. He's also the Canadian gold medalist in Taekwondo.
Wow, there's a fact. And there's a nice drive to the basket. And that's another fact. Miles Hall has another layup with the left hand.
So Pine Ridge is going to take this game. Right now they're up 79-52. It's going to be a good win for them. On the flip side, you know, Cathedral is going to get in the gym. They're going to be hungry. It's a third-place team in OFSA. They've only gotten better. But, guys, let's stress this right here. This is only their third game.
And just a quick mention here. Kevin Kashala into the game for Cathedral, seeing his first couple of minutes. Number 8 in white. He's going to go up, and as I'm saying it, gets himself an and one and going to go to the line for an extra point.
Shaw is a guy with good size, nice length, and I definitely think we'll be seeing a lot more of him as the season progresses and he starts to raise his stock as well.
Well, that's definitely got to be a confidence booster, you know, just coming into the game near the end, but making an impact for himself right away, gets himself to the line, showing no fear, finishing, and shows a nice form at the free throw line, knocks it down, and as you said, I'm sure we're going to see more of him as the season progresses.
Early favorites for tournament all-stars, I think you got to look at Shaq Price, and I think at some end you got to look at this guy with the ball right now, as he's been absolutely unbelievable. Number 5, Miles Hall. But then you also got Barry that can get in there, and Demetrio Borden. He did his thing for Cathedral. I mean, it's kind of a toss-up, but you know, I think I'd give it to Eden Oshude. He was definitely one of the best players at this tournament.
Now, there's going to be another foul on Morris here, as Morris, being the pest that he is,
couldn't let it go. He couldn't let that one go.
He couldn't let it go. He knows. I mean, he knows how to play one way.
He wants more airtime.
Yeah, clearly. But, you know, Pine Ridge coming away with the win here. Very impressive showing. 79-55. It's going to be 80-55 now. We got 8 seconds remaining in this one. And, Nick, I mean, Pine Ridge, there's a reason we rank them 11th in the power rankings over a considerable amount of other very impressive programs, very established programs. But Pine Ridge, I mean, they've been doing this for a while now, have they not?
Oh, definitely. I mean, they are one of the best teams.
As you see it there.
Barry, he said, hey, if you're going to foul my guys at the end, I'm going to play to the buzzer.
That's right, and well said. And 82-55 is going to be the final here. The 15th annual Preston Thorne Memorial Tournament champions are the hometown Pine Ridge Pumas, behind the work of Shaquille Price, Miles Hall, and of course DQ Barry with that thunderous throwdown at the end of the game. But you know, kudos, well-fought game for Cathedral. They're going to have to go back to the drawing board. Definitely going to want to take a look at this game tape and see where things went wrong. And, of course, you know, you kind of have to say after that 17-0 run, 17-2 run to end the half by Pine Ridge, that's really where they separated themselves and took home the victory here.
Yes, and the Gales will come back. They'll be better. Pumas continue to rise. This was a really good matchup. Despite the score, I think these two teams complement each other well, and I can't wait to see them match up again.
And just my name is Ryan Greco for Nick Zeffi, and for everybody here working the production and the cameras and the highlight tapes that have been here for the past 2 days, a big, huge thank you to them for having the dedication to show up here and putting in some really long hours. We're very proud of everybody here. A big thank you to everybody that's been tuning in on North Pole Hoops on YouTube land, and a big thank you as well to everybody to come out and support this tournament, paying the admission fee and really just showing love for Canadian high school hoops.
One thing about this tournament, it's actually to commemorate Darius Thorne, a player that was unfortunately a victim of gang violence, gun violence in the city, and then David Preston, another scholarship player in volleyball and in basketball that was in a really bad car accident. So, you know, the Pumas continue to bring that community feel to everything they do. Pine Ridge is such a tight-knit community, and it's a great way to have these boys in everyone's memory.
And with that being said, we're going to hand out the trophies, the medals, and the championships here. Final score here today is 82-55, Pine Ridge over Cathedral. We'll see you guys tomorrow at the Humber Classic tournament final there. That's going to be another fantastic game at Humber College. And with that, have yourselves a fantastic night. Everybody in the building, get home safe. And we'll see you all tomorrow night at the Humber Classic.